Alright guys, if you didn't know, they did put out an explainer for Phoebe's kit. It's on their Twitter or their official website. You can check it out. And we went through all of the information that was presented. And I'm going to try to summarize it really quickly. Just in case you guys are interested. Okay, so first and foremost, she actually has two separate modes. She has a DPS mode and a Frazzle mode. And these are actually two completely separate modes that you use separately. So first, let me go over... first, I want to talk about the Forte energy really quick. She actually has two types of Forte energy too. The first is called Prayer. And Prayer, actually, you get 120, but this fills over time. So you don't do anything to fill this, it just fills over time. So you can use it once per rotation, and it will be full every 24 seconds. So the first time you get on her, she's going to have this full. And then after this is full, you have a choice between choosing between the DPS mode or the Frazzle mode. And so you do that by choosing which Forte skill you use. So if you use a Forte heavy attack, then you enter DPS mode. And basically DPS mode is just adding damage amplification to all of her types of attacks. So you get to use the heavy attack Star Flash 4 times. Star Flash is the one where the rays like shoot down from heaven that you can see shown here. That one. So when you're shooting down from heaven, right? And because at this time you use the second Forte energy, which is called Divine Voice. And you can use this Star Flash attack 4 times. You do have to use it after you use a basic attack or a dodge counter. And so the heavy attack Star Flash, I think it scales off of heavy attack damage. I'm still not sure about this. But if it does, then you know that she's also scaling off of heavy attack damage. But it also increases the damage of her liberation and her outro. Now, the important thing you have to notice is that in DPS mode, she is not stacking Frazzle. She only gets 1 stack from using her Forte, and then after that, you're not stacking Frazzle after that. In Frazzle mode, it's completely different. You don't have such high damage, but instead what happens is that when you use Star Flash, you get 5 Frazzle stacks. And because you have 60 Divine Voice, and then you can use this twice because each one costs 30. And so you can use Star Flash twice, and that can give you 10 stacks of Frazzle. Another way to get Frazzle is to use the Liberation, and this will give you 8 stacks of Frazzle. So as you can see, there are really quick ways to get up to 10 Frazzle stacks. And so that's why this is Frazzle mode. You're just stacking Frazzle, however the damage will be a lot less. Additionally, the outro too becomes more of a support type outro, where you reduce the spectro damage resistance and you increase the Frazzle damage and extend the Frazzle cycle. So yeah, this is probably the best way to describe this mode is Frazzle mode. And you choose between the two modes with your Forte, either a Forte heavy attack or a Forte hold skill. Now between the two of them, there's also her skill, which is another part of her kit, which makes a ring of mirrors. And in the ring of mirrors, when you're outside of the ring of mirrors and you use attacks, this will have a little crowd control, so it will pull the enemies into the center. If you're inside the ring, you use a special attack called Chamuel's Star, which is the Astride attack, which I think I can show you. This one, the star. I was just on the wrong picture. So go inside the skill. You can teleport in using the skill again. And then you can do the special star attack. And now this star attack scales off of basic attack damage, okay? So that's the other scaling. So as you can see with the Forte type attack, the Star Flash, you're getting heavy attack damage, whereas with the Chamuel Star or her basic attacks, you're doing basic attack damage. So what you have to notice here is that there is split scaling, which kind of describes her weapon, if you checked out her weapon. But anyway, my questions here then are like, where's the Concerto regen? Because another thing that was revealed in the kit down here is that actually she is also marked as having Concerto efficiency. So yeah, that's one of my main question is where is the Concerto regen? Because that will determine how you are doing her Frazzle side. Because obviously if she's just applying Frazzle, you can see that there are very quick ways to apply a bunch of stacks of Frazzle. But like what is the most Concerto efficient one so I can quickly get the outro and go on to the next character. Right? So she might have a very quick Frazzle rotation, which would be excellent. That would make her like one of the best Frazzle appliers, as well as buffing the Frazzle damage. So that would be great. And then also the second question is like, we have to know the multipliers. Is the Chamuel Star a really big damage? Is the Star Flash a bigger damage? Is it actually split between the two? So that's the second question I would have about her kit. I think it's pretty obvious that like, in my opinion, when you look at her weapon, there is kind of like a split scaling there between the two weapons. So let me take a look if I can show you the weapon. So if we take a look at her signature weapons passive, you can see that it increases both the basic attack damage and the heavy attack damage kind of equally. So that does lead me to believe that there's probably a little bit of balancing between these two attacks. Not to mention whenever you do use her in DPS mode, you have to use the Divine Voice to start or stop her mode, or to recharge the Divine Voice. So you're gonna have to like use it again. In my opinion, it seems like the more ideal turn means that you're gonna have to use the Star Flash attack, which is the one that scales possibly with heavy attack damage. Either way, her kit seems really interesting. This is very different from a lot of other people. So basically you can choose her role as a on-field DPS role, or you can choose her role as a Frazzle applier role. And I think they're both really interesting, and they will have different team comps and they'll have different play styles. So like, I'm pretty excited to see what she's like. But yeah, you guys can leave comments and tell me what you think about her kit, and if you're gonna pull her, and just let me know what you think also about her weapon too. Alright, that's it for the video. Thanks guys. Bye bye.